demand. They didn't demand trade liberalization on all aspects of sort of Singapore issues and all that. So if they would just have satisfied with discussing goods, I'm sure it would have been much easier to come to a conclusion. Now, they introduced intellectual property protection into agreements with countries that do not have enough economic or administrative resources to defend human protection. So it's quite absurd that they wanted to push that all through, but they all believe that free trade would solve all problems. Now they create problems instead. So, of course, most countries could not manage the negotiations. As you mentioned also, I mean, when the European Union sends its delegation to Doha negotiations, we have 350 people, while most countries have 1 or 2. So there is an extreme imbalance in who can negotiate what for your best interest. And the interesting thing is that in the ACP Assembly, since half of the members come from ACP countries, we quite often approve good resolutions. We quite often have good discussions with invited experts. However, it's not a parliament with any kind of legislative power. So for me it works like a good feedback central for checking what the Commission say, because they say always, oh, we never force anything upon anybody. While when you speak with the negotiators from many ACP countries, they feel quite stressed by the fact that the Commission push on so many issues and they cannot negotiate on all, so they have to let some things pass because they want to concentrate on a few important things. So many things are actually pushed through by that policy. Now, what is the content and what is the problems with the EPAs? First of all, the Greens, we have a united position on this, so if you would ask any Green, they would have a similar position as mine, all over Europe. But what we see as problems is you have included too many liberalization issues. And also we don't consider many countries, some countries have up to 40% of their national budget is income from tariffs. And if you forcefully reduce them very rapidly, they have no compensatory mechanism to finance public activity. And it doesn't help if the European Union pledges 1 billion more euros in trade facilitation, because trade facilitation makes no sense unless you have humans who can produce these things in a sustainable way. And then, let's see, I think you mentioned most of the content issues. I think tariffs is one important thing. Regional integration, I think I want to enlarge a bit there, because, yeah, oh good, it's still there. These regions are not always economically logical, considering their national trade patterns and products. And if you then have huge tariff differences within a region, that can damage certain economies in that region. And regional integration is some kind of slogan that everybody agrees to, but in actual policy and the content of the EPAs, it's quite often threatened.